Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. This is optibotimus coming at you with another video review. And today we're going to be taking a look at the new Transformers Generations, Skrapnel, and Reflector. Taking a look at the packaging first, as you did hear me say, his name is Skrapnel. But obviously, he's shrapnel. But apparently, due to weird regulations, they can't call him that anymore. And then you have Reflector here. Really nice. You got the Thrilling 30 packaging on here with that real cool image of Skrapnel here in the back. Come around to the side, or the back of him, and you see his insect mode as well as his robot mode. And then Reflector with his three different modes. You got a robot mode, a gun mode, and then his camera mode. And a little read up here that says Reflector and Skrapnel are always on the lookout. Reflector can turn his lens on anything, getting a snapshot of enemy movements and stealing Autobot secrets from long range. Skrapnel is also on the lookout for his next victim. The Insecticon treats every enemy as a welcome excuse to bombard something with blasts of his supercharged electric currents. Now this guy is just about perfect and something that a lot of fans have wanted for a long time. We've gotten third-party versions of the Insecticons, but this is the first kind of classic one that we've gotten, and I really love the way that he looks. So without further ado, let's get this guy open and see how cool he actually is. Alright guys, so here we have Skrapnel and Reflector open up and out of their packaging. And as I said in the beginning, this is the first real classic version of an Insecticon that we've gotten. Now, we have gotten, well, this guy, but he's not really a classic representation. This is how Kickback looked in the video game. But classic-wise, as I said, this is it. One thing that I'm really very excited about is that it was recently revealed at the 2014 BotCon that we will also be getting a Bombshell, which is going to be in this Legend scale and called Bombshell. They got the rights back to it. So for the first time since, I think, G1, we are going to have all three Insecticons. I just hope that they're able to take Kickback and at some point in time give them the Legend scale as well, because it would be absolutely fantastic to have all three of these guys in this classic representation and not stylized like the video game. So starting off first, here's Reflector. Now zooming in some. I totally dig this guy. He really looks nice. He has more of the, I forgot his name, the center portion of Reflector. If you remember, Reflector in the original G1 cartoon was three robots that transformed into a camera. This is only one robot that transforms into a camera, and this one more is designed to look like, I think, Viewfinder. I'm not 100% sure. I actually have completely forgotten the names of those three guys, except for Viewfinder. I think that's right. But as you can see, pretty nice little mini-con-ish sort of thing. Like a Target Master, I guess. The only real articulation that he has, and my camera keeps wanting to focus on that. The only real articulation that he has is his arms. They rotate while they go all the way up, just like so. But overall, he's nice looking. Now, what's funny is people talk about how Transformers are too simple now, and they're too easy to transform. So what we got is this guy, and this is how you transform him. Here's his robot mode, and to transform him, there it is. There's his. That's how you transform him. That's his camera mode. Literally, you lay him down. That's his camera form, and that's it. So your transformation is boom, that, which absolutely cracks me up. That's just for his camera. Now for his actual gun, to transform him, you come around here, you take his little handle and fold that down, and then this bit right here, you fold this down and this flops forward, and that's his gun. This really looks stupid. I think that this is really a dumb gun. Number one, it sort of angles up. If you're looking at it, it's pointing on an angle upward, which I don't care for too much. And quite honestly, it just looks like he's weird here. Really not a fan of that at all. But his predominant mode ever, or for me, forever, will be this and his camera mode. So that's that for that guy. So just setting him there, and then coming to Skrapnel or Shrapnel, whatever you want to call him. This guy looks terrific. This is an absolute wonderful representation of a classic version of Shrapnel. You look at this, and yep, it's Shrapnel. Despite the fact that he's called Skrapnel, I mean, that's really a great representation. Now, for comparison, here's his G1 self, and again, you can see size-wise, they're just about the exact same size, and they have a very similar sort of look to them. I mean, even down to the yellow paint here resembling the Microman slot where you would put a little guy in there. I mean, that really does look like it. Now, granted, his legs are wheels instead of actually legs, so it does really nicely capture that same look. Now, one thing that I would absolutely love if, like, say, repro labels came along and did, obviously you got little molded bits right here that you could put these little red stickers. You got a little slot section right here that's molded that you could put that little red sticker, just bringing in a little bit more of that G1 sort of homage, I guess. But this just looks terrific. If you do want, you have a hole here, you could probably put this right there if you wanted to go around with that, but it's not really how the camera is supposed to look. I guess maybe you could have it be his weapon, just fold that down. But again, I mean, yeah, that's probably what you're gonna have to do if you want to put it on there. It's more designed to look like his gun, not so much his camera, because the camera, like I said, is this way. And I mean, again, I mean, you got some nice molding on there that just makes it look like a camera. So I really do dig that. The figure just looks wonderful. Now, the transformation for the guy is actually really very simple to do. First, we're going to come down to his legs. Basically, we're going to pull these down. Well, kind of split these and then pull them down just like so. Take these arms. You're going to detach these. There's little pegs here on the underside of his belly that the arms peg into. So just tab that in. Then you can rotate these out just like so. Take the whole chest section. Well, kind of angle these down, fold this forward, and then this chest kind of folds down just like so, and it'll reveal the head just like that. Then these side panels just fold, or I'm sorry, these leg shin sections, these fold off along the side, and then you can fold the foot out. Do that on the other side as well. Fold out the foot. Take these the insect legs, just kind of tuck these in on themselves. If that wasn't more spread, just kind of spread that. Bring it down, kind of position his head. I do love the fact that his head is actually on an actual swivel too. And here you have Skrapnel, Shrapnel, whatever you want to call him here in his robot mode. Now, these guys really are terrific together. I mean, when you look at them, there's just a classic feel to it. So we already focused on him, so getting him out of the way. Here we have him next to his G1 self, and again, you can see a lot of the similarities just really pulling through with this. It just looks terrific. Now, I mean, you got the wheels that were his legs in his insect mode here, and you got the actual insect legs on his arms here in his robot mode as well. So it looks good. It kind of sticks out. There's a little bit of jutting outness with the figure, but all in all, I think it's wonderfully done. It just nicely captures the character. Zooming in just so you can kind of see his face a little bit. Well, maybe it's a little bit too much, but you can kind of see a good amount of detail right there. Some nice paint applications. So really, this is a very well done figure. Like I said, for the articulation, the head does actually look left and right. It's a little bit tough to get to because you have to grab it from the front and the back to kind of do it, but it's not bad. And like these bits here kind of get in the way. The shoulders here are on ball joints, so nice range of motion. The elbows are on ball joints, so you can get those rotating any way that you want. These do kind of get in the way sometimes. They kind of bump into things, but it's not overly terrible. I can kind of get used to it. The hips have ball joints, nothing at the waist or anything. Hips are on ball joints, and then the actual knees are also on ball joints. So this is a very well articulated figure, and you can get some great, absolutely terrific poses. Now, with this little derpy thing, you can have them hold it if you wanted as the gun. Here, fold that down. You can have them hold it, but again, I don't know really why you would want to all that much, and it kind of makes them heavy where you have to balance them backwards just a little. But all in all, again, great looking figure that The weakest part would probably be his little minicon buddy, Reflector, not doing a very good job of being a gun. But these guys really, I mean, it's so cool looking. I mean, it's absolutely everything that I would want in an updated classic version of Skrapnel. It just has me so much more excited for Bombshell. Like I said, we have Kickback, but that being in a different kind of line, I am very hopeful that at some point in time, in addition to doing Bombshell, they do a Kickback figure. That's what I'm hoping for. So setting this guy to the back to transform him back to his insect mode. Now, you don't really have to straighten out the head, but you can fold that, then take the whole chest piece, accordion this up. This folds down. Get these little legs, pull these up around there, fold this down. You can take this, fold out his feet, extend them all the way down, and then fold the shin piece back around from the side of his leg to the front of it, and then you can collapse that up. Now, you actually have a little gap right here. I don't know how you can see that. It's right there. And you got a little tab right on, right there, that you take this and you fit that into when you're bringing the leg up. So doing that brings everything together, and then you can squeeze them together, locking them down just like so. Then, like I mentioned before, you got these little arms that will, when you rotate them around, rotate at the elbow to bring the insect arms out towards the front, and then you have the little tab underneath here that tabs onto his forearm. So that can be a little bit of a pain in the butt to line up, but it's really not too bad. Just force it in there, get it nice and square, bring it together, and here you have Skrapnel back in his insect mode, and then you have Reflector, and you now have him in his camera mode. So I mean, this really is a terrific set. A lot of these Legend figures, you look at ones like Cosmos, Swerve, Tailgate, all of them are really well done, and they're very small. It's a very nice throwback to how Transformers used to be in regard to being small figures, but with the engineering that really does sort of capture that new look while incorporating all that new articulation and things like that. So this is a home run. I really cannot think of anything better that they could have done with this figure. Maybe they could have made it a deluxe size, but usually that would have involved them making it a little bit more complicated and putting unnecessary stuff into it. So if they're not going to do a Kickback, maybe if they made this a deluxe size to sort of scale with that Fall of Cybertron Kickback, that might be my only minor qualm, but beyond that, I could not recommend this figure more to you guys. They are available right now at retail, but if you're having a hard time finding them, you can also take a look at Big Bad Toy Store. So all you have to do, click on that link down in the video description, head over there, and you can pick this guy up and add him to your collection today. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. So once again, I want to thank you for tuning in. This has been Optibotimus. Don't forget that you can keep in touch with me by liking my Facebook page at facebook.com/teambotimus and by following me over on Twitter at twitter.com/optibotimus. Also, I'd really encourage you to check out my new website at optibotimusreviews.com, where you can see all my videos from the previous week, as well as see what I have coming up for future release. And I'd also really appreciate it, guys, that if you like this review, don't forget to please like, comment, and share this video. And until next time, I'll talk to you later.